Periodically, through the history of the American quarter horse, a horse erupted with such talent and the prepotency to pass it on to his offspring that it actually changes the development of the breed. One comes to mind almost immediately, Zippo Pine Bar, an American quarter horse who will forever be remembered as a horse whose offspring have greatly impacted the American quarter horse industry, and whose prominence as an individual will always remain a part of Bob and Ann Perry's life. From the beginning, Zippo Pine Bar had all the elements for greatness. Foaled in 1969, Zippo Pine Bar was the result of a cross between the AAA running horse stallion Zippo Pat Bars and the four-time AQHA champion, good-producing mare Dolly Pine. He was bred by Lloyd Gavecki of Ord, Nebraska. At a dispersal sale in 1969, Norman Reynolds, a farmer and rancher from Lexington, Nebraska, purchased Zippo Pine Bar in hopes he would produce good horses for the ranch.
When Zippo turned 2, Reynolds asked Bill Kaiser to take the colt for training. After all, Kaiser had built a good reputation training and showing horses and had been successful in his campaign with Two-Eyed Jack. In the show ring at age 2, Zippo won in both halter and pleasure futurities. As a 3-year-old, he won in halter, pleasure, and Western riding and finished the year as the 1972 High Point Western Riding Stallion and Junior Western Riding Horse. During his career, he won 40 of 42 halter classes, 14 of 18 Western Riding, 14 of 26 in Western Pleasure, and was 2 for 2 in Trail. But Zippo's true worth came as a sire. Used as a ranch horse most of the year, with an initial breeding fee of only $150, his fame spread through the success of his offspring. In 1976, Zippo Shasta by Zippo Pine Bar and out of Social Shasta claimed the reserve world champion 2-year-old halter mare. In 1978, Zippo's Jan, trained and shown by none other than Bill Kaiser, became Zippo Pine Bar's first AQHA champion in Western Pleasure.
In 1983, Melody Zipper, another of Zippo's offspring bred on the Reynolds farm, struck gold at the AQHA World Championship show, winning the all-around amateur title. In the farm crunch of the mid-1980s, Reynolds sold Zippo to Bob and Ann Perry of Texas. The Perrys bought the stallion unseen and moved him to their ranch in Valley View to breed him to their own mares and the best outside mares in the pleasure horse industry. Zippo stood at Perry's ranch in Texas for 11 breeding seasons, breeding his last 2 mares in 1997 at the age of 28. Cared for on a daily basis by Joe and Susie Jean, Zippo Pine Bar suffered a stroke in January of 1998 and was laid to rest on January the 12th. Zippo Pine Bar's name stood atop the leading performance sire list for 10 years. He is the all-time leading sire of Performance Register of Merit qualifiers and has sired 15 world champions and 27 reserve world champions. His more than 700 performance offspring have earned more than 50,000 points in open, amateur, and youth events. In 1995, Zip's Chocolate Chip, a 1985-based stallion by Zippo Pine Bar out of Fancy Blue Chip, replaced his father as the leading sire of pleasure horses and continues to reign in the top spot. No other horse has maintained such a commanding presence or influence for as long as Zippo Pine Bar. Without question, Zippo Pine Bar revolutionized the pleasure industry and left a legend that will forever be remembered.
Tonight, Zippo Pine Bar becomes the 40th horse inducted into the American Quarter Horse Hall of Fame. Those here tonight to remember Zippo Pine Bar are Bob and Ann Perry. Joining the Perrys is Susie Jean, Zip's Chocolate Chips owners Phil and Ann Myers, and their son Rhett. Former owner Bill Kaiser and his wife Carol, and now please welcome to the stage Bob and Ann Perry.
Joe Jean came with me. Bob Bob and I both are so touched. I'm not sure that I can give all our thanks and gratitude to the association and all of the people involved in Zippo's career and the breeders. We want to thank Bill Kaiser. Tonight's the first time we've ever met Bill Kaiser, and what a lucky man he was to ride Zippo. My mother was the last person at 82 to ride him, and he had such a wonderful puppy dog, gentle disposition that all these colts that have earned all these points, the owners tell us the same thing. I'm having a difficult time. We want to thank Joe and Susie Jean, our longtime managers who cared for Zippo all those years at the ranch. Our friends Ann Myers are here, the Reynolds family for selling Zippo to us sight unseen over the telephone in '85. How did we ever know this storybook would end this way? It's just been wonderful, and we are deeply honored. I know I'm forgetting to thank a lot of people, and I hope they understand the breeders, the trainers, all of the mare owners, the amateur, the youth, even the backyard owners are the reason for this wonderful, wonderful award, and we were so lucky to own such a wonderful horse. Thank you.